Now this one was completely unhinged. Meg fell for a guy who wasn't even real. It started when she tried to play pool and ended up meeting Seymour, a mysterious bad boy who knew just how to lean over a table and say all the wrong yet irresistible things.
I'm good, thanks. My name's Seymour.
I'm Meg, but everyone here calls me Thrash.
Hey, Meg.
Wow. Yeah, I'll give you a ride. Just hope you don't mind going fast.
Here, let me show you how it's done.
That's right before pulling out a gun and robbing a store. Meg didn't run. Instead, she leaned in. Some fall for kindness. Meg apparently falls for crime sprees. Seymour brought chaos, and Meg loved every second. Whether it was outrunning cops or crashing through stores, it felt like adrenaline in human form. Chris caught wind of the madness and tried to stop her, but Meg wouldn't listen. Everything peaked when Seymour confessed his love right before being shot. But here's the twist. None of it was real. It was just a fever dream caused by a bad mustard sandwich. Seymour was a figment of Meg's E. coli-infected mind.
Oh, Seymour.
Yet in true Meg fashion, she still held on to the fantasy. And somewhere in the Family Guy simulation, Seymour lived on, planning a crossover into Bob's Burgers.
It's like I was in the episode.
I'll say, do you want to do a Bob's Burgers?
Dude, lead with that next time.
Here's a love story that just won't die. Neil Goldman and Meg. Neil has been obsessed with Meg for as long as anyone can remember, even though she constantly pushes him away.
Give it to me, Neil. Give it to me. Give it to me, Neil.
Yeah.
She criticizes him for being cringeworthy and overly obsessive, but somehow the two keep having these awkward, intimate moments. One of the most memorable is the kiss, a kiss that Neil definitely won't let anyone forget. In a twist, both Meg and Neil end up as interns for Channel 5. Meg only gets the job because the other girls are too pretty. On the job, when Meg fears for her life, covering a dangerous situation, she ends up kissing Neil, thinking she might die. Neil, of course, is all too eager to make it public, putting the kiss on the news for everyone to see.
It one more time in super slow-mo. This is where we cease to be Meg and Neil and begin life anew as Neil.
Oh my god, she put it on TV?
The next day, Neil's obsession goes even further when he hands out t-shirts with the kiss on it.
Where did you get that?
Meg, horrified, goes on TV to declare she only kissed him because she thought she was going to die.
Would you kiss this guy? Ugh, no. No way. No. No. No.
Neil takes it hard, threatening to jump off a roof. When Meg finds out Tom Tucker just wants the story for ratings, she catches Neil, showing him she doesn't want him to die, even if she never wanted to date him. Now here's one that went from sweet to straight-up disaster in record time. Meg met Chad during a family trip on the Rocky cruise. Things were dull until she saw Chad, a crew member cleaning cigarette butts near what he called the seagull crap. Except the crap wasn't from seagulls, it was Meg's.
Were the seagulls crap?
It wasn't seagulls. I got locked out of my room earlier.
Oh. Why is your poop white?
I don't know. I've been dealing with fecal albinism my whole life.
From there, their weird connection only grew. Chad was in awe when Meg crushed dozens of powdered donuts in under 30 minutes. He even said, "I love you," mid-donut, but just as Meg was about to reply,
I love you, Meg.
Oh my god. No one's ever told me that before. This is the best night of my life.
yup, no warning, just gone. In total Meg fashion, she dragged his lifeless body back to introduce him to the family.
This is Chad. He's my boyfriend. We love each other. We said it and everything.
She still wouldn't let go, not even as the ship went under. That's not love, that's full commitment. Now here's the one that could have actually worked, but Meg blew it herself. After nearly drowning during a flood and falling into a coma, Meg woke up in the hospital and met Michael, a kind med student. Things moved fast. He was sweet, respectful, and genuinely seemed into her. Even Peter, who usually couldn't care less, turned into the protective dad and gave Michael a hard time, though Lois talked him down and convinced him to give the guy a chance.
Oh my god, Dad! What do you think you're doing?
Peter? Oh, Peter!
Everything was going fine until Meg dropped a bomb at the dinner table.
I'm pregnant!
I can't believe this.
That one sentence turned the whole family upside down. Peter grabbed his shotgun, ready to drag Michael into marriage. But Michael, shockingly, didn't run. He agreed to marry Meg, offering to do the right thing. Seemed like a dream guy for a second. Except there was no baby.
I have some wonderful news. I'm not pregnant.
What?
Turns out Meg had just gotten her period and lied about the whole thing to lock him in. Lois told her to come clean, and Meg actually did. But too late. And just like that, Meg ruined the one relationship that wasn't completely insane. This one was equal parts creepy and confusing. Meg ended up falling for Mayor Adam West. It all started when she landed an internship at his office by passing a word association game that made 0 sense.
Mosquito.
Bite.
Bite.
Mosquito.
Aha! Very good. You are a worthy opponent indeed. Congratulations, you're hired.
Things seemed fine at first. West was his usual weird self, but Meg actually found him charming. Things got weird when Brian got a $400 parking ticket and blamed West for being corrupt. Meg immediately took the mayor's side, typical Meg. That's when Brian got suspicious and decided to investigate with Stewie. They followed a trail and found Meg and West meeting secretly at a sketchy motel. Looking through a peephole, they saw the unthinkable, Meg and the mayor cuddling. Trying to catch them red-handed, Brian and Stewie posed as a couple at a nearby table and recorded them.
Gosh, you're swell, Meg. I really have a great time when I'm with you.
Oh, Mayor West, I feel exactly the same way.
Brian later confronted Meg, warning her that West probably pulled this with every intern. But Meg refused to listen, saying they were in love. West, oddly calm, promised to wait until she was 18, or even 25, when she could rent a car. Realizing how bad it looked, West broke things off, saying goodbye and valuing their friendship. A rare ending where nobody died or got arrested, just awkward heartbreak and a mayor with 0 boundaries. Remember when Meg turned into a total glam queen overnight?
Wow, great job getting hot, Meg!
Gee, thanks.
That makeover had her going from invisible to teen icon real quick. It all started when Craig Hoffman rejected her. To cheer her up, Lois took her to the mall and boom! A free makeover from Trisha Takanawa's crew turned Meg into someone who suddenly had the world's attention. She even formed a family band and somehow they became instant stars. Now here's where things went wild. The family got a gig on Saturday Night Live. That's where Meg met Jimmy Fallon. Things escalated fast. Fallon charmed her, hooked up with her, and acted like it was romantic. But then came the twist. Turns out it was all a skit for the show's cold open. He'd been smirking at the camera the whole time, and Meg didn't even catch on.
You know, there's something there's something I gotta tell you. Being with you just made me feel so alive from New York. It's Saturday night!
Yep, it was all for laughs. That one left Meg completely humiliated in front of a national audience. Peter wasn't having any of it. He stormed the stage and gave Fallon a proper beatdown.
And this is for laughing and looking at the camera during every sketch you've ever been in. What do you think you are, Carol Burnett?
Meanwhile, their band flopped at a prison gig, and even though their popularity skyrocketed, the fame quickly became all about Meg's looks. She ended up tossing it all away. Things got extra weird when Meg met Doug during a school event called the Opal Ring Crusade, a program preaching the beauty of no sex before marriage. Doug impressed the crowd by giving the perfect answer to the MC's trick question.
Our rivals.
He's wrong because he wants to have sex and he's not married. Bingo.
Wow, you're pretty smart.
Thanks. My name's Doug.
And just like that, Meg was smitten and they bonded over their shared love for purity rings, an extremely awkward romance. Inspired, she took her new belief system home and tried to force it on Peter, who who ended up locked in a medieval chastity belt. While the town watched football, Meg and Doug explored safe alternatives to intimacy, and by safe, that meant using their ears, literally. Lois walked in on them doing something so bizarre she couldn't even process it. When confronted, Meg defended it. Just like that, another love story ended with disappointment, a purity ring, and a long, awkward sprint to the exit. In one of the wildest love stories Meg ever had, she ended up dating an actual prisoner named Luke from the Adult Reform Academy. It started when Brian began shadowing Meg for a magazine article about teen girls. He followed her around until she led him straight to a sketchy building, which turned out to be a prison for young offenders.
Have you gotten all the letters and hair that I've sent?
It's the only thing that's getting me by, Meg. Thank you.
Classic Meg. Sending hair to prison is apparently her love language. Brian told the family everything. Lois wasn't having it and shut the whole thing down, calling it dangerous. Meg insisted it was true love, but later that night, Luke broke out of prison just to see her.
Luke, what are you doing here?
I escaped, Meg. I escaped because I just couldn't bear another second away from you.
Mike!
Meg was all in until Peter caught him and called Joe to arrest him. Then came the twist. Meg got arrested too for hiding a fugitive, but she didn't flinch.
Hi.
Did you also get caught trying to vote in Ohio?
After doing time, she returned tougher than ever. The inmate boyfriend may be gone, but prison Meg? She stuck around. This time, Meg shocked the whole Griffin family. Her new boyfriend, Anthony, was actually normal. No missing limbs, no weird backstory, no freak accident origin. Just a regular, good-looking guy who liked her. Peter and Lois were so confused they even called in the neighbors and got Dr. Hartman to confirm Anthony's normal status.
He seems to be completely normal.
Well, other fathers definitely don't feel that way. While Peter was busy roasting Lois about her gray hairs, Anthony made the mistake of complimenting her.
Has anybody ever told you you're pretty enough to be a movie star, Mrs. Griffin?
Oh my goodness.
Lois was suddenly imagining a full-on romance. She even asked Bonnie for advice, only to learn Bonnie had also cheated before. Inspired, Lois tricked Meg into leaving the house and made a move on Anthony. And here's the worst part, he didn't say no.
Gray hairs.
Kiss me.
Mom, I forgot my keys. Do you know where?
Well, instead of screaming, Meg made her point by ripping her own tooth out. That was enough to send Lois into retreat. And that was the end of Meg's most normal relationship, taken down by jealousy, a bruised ego, and a flying tooth. This one had people raising eyebrows. The moment Meg turned 18, Quagmire was already knocking, literally. He showed up at her birthday with a pricey candle and asked her out like it was the most normal thing in the world. Weird part? He actually played it kind of smooth. Fancy dates, sweet compliments, not his usual sleazy self. But let's be real, this is still Quagmire, the guy known for chasing anything with a pulse. And now he was aiming for his best friend's daughter.
What was your favorite class?
Okay, let's say it at the same time and see if they're the same. Okay, 1, 2, 3. History, math. Oh my God, we have so much in common.
Peter was immediately on edge, but Lois believed trying to stop it would only push Meg to rebel, just like she once did with her own dad. So she let the date happen. Quagmire failed to make his move that night, but called it a temporary setback. The man was too committed. But things escalated when Meg snuck off to Quagmire's infamous sex cabin. That's when both Peter and Lois rushed to stop it.
There you are, you son of a bitch! You get away from my daughter, you...
As for Quagmire, Lois threatened him.
If you ever touch my daughter again, I will cut your thing off and feed it to Brian.
Okay.
And Peter and I get this cabin for 1 weekend a month. Do you understand me?
And demanded access to his cabin once a month. Classic Family Guy chaos. Meg's love life sure has been a roller coaster full of wild twists and crazy guys. From an imaginary boyfriend to a chicken romance, there's no shortage of drama. Which one of Meg's crazy love interests stood out the most to you? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.